Okay, I'm gonna do a video on how we do the hair for the performances. So let me show you some things that I have that help me. Of course, brush. I have the clips to place the hairnet. They are the U clips. They look like this. They come, this is how they come in a box. And then the hairnet that we'll put over the bun, and then hair ties. So brush the hair, and we're gonna do a side part on the right side of the head. And then I use something like this to help smooth out the hair. If you have like frizzy hair, I also will use this. Any type of smoothing or styling cream. And then I use this hairspray because I feel like it works pretty well. This is Tresemme Extra Hold Hairspray. It says level 4. I think it does a really good job. And then, of course, I also have a boar brush. This is a dual-sided one. The one that I linked to, I think would be a good one because it's got the boar bristles on one side, and then I think it had like a comb. So you have the option of using like a teaser comb and a boar brush in one, but you can also get it separate. So I brushed out my hair. I have the side part. And now what I'm going to do is take the cream and put some, and I'm gonna smooth it all the way down. Smooth it all through the hair. That helps to maintain all the flyaways that we tend to get. And I also go at the base of the neck too, with whatever remaining product that I have. At the base where I get a bunch of like baby hairs and flyaways. Okay, so now that I put the smoothing cream, I'm gonna take the boar brush, and on this boar brush there's a like texture, and then there's a soft side. I'm gonna go in with the hard side just to help further flatten all the way around, really get it flat. Oh, I really need to wash my hair to get it flat against the head. And then I'm gonna go in with the soft side to, I think it helps to like really smooth out, because this one doesn't have the flat side, so you can see like a bunch of lines, but I think the flat side really helps to make it more smooth. So let's see if that's the case. So you don't really see a lot of brush lines. I think it helps. So I really like using the boar brush. Helps to make the hair a little bit more shiny and really smooth things out. Because on stage with the stage lights, if you've been using this boar brush and you really try to make the hair smoothed out using the boar brush, and then you go in with the hairspray, it's gonna create a really beautiful sheen on stage. So now that I have everything brushed out, I'm going to put a ponytail, and I'm gonna place my ponytail kind of in line with my ear. So it's not down low at the base of the neck, it's a little bit higher. So I have a little height to my ponytail and my bun. So I kind of line it up to where my earlobe is at. So I'm gonna do a ponytail, making sure everything is smoothed out. really tight ponytail. Nice. And from here, I tighten the ponytail, and then I can go in again with my boar brush to help smooth and flatten everything. And then if I feel like it's too flat, sometimes I like to cheat, like I have a lot of volume. So I'll take a chunk of my hair with my fingers and then like slightly pull up so that I can create a little bit of volume so it's not totally flat. So I just pull up, and I'm pulling more so from the base of the ponytail. I pull up like boop, so I pull it just a little hair. So that helps me feel like I have a little bit of volume, but I still maintain that smoothness. Okay, and a little for the side. There, I think that looks better. Like I have a little bit more of a volume there. So from here, what I like to do is take hairspray, and when I spray hairspray, I spray at a distance of, I don't know, like 12 inches or like a foot. I spray little shots of hairspray here, and then I let it sit for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds, and then I go and smooth it out with my hand. That way the whatever chemical in the hairspray sets just a little bit so that it becomes more adhesive. It's not freshly wet on your hair. You can spray, wait for like 5 seconds, maybe if that, and then you can start to smooth it out with your hand. I smooth it on the hair, and it's already creating a really nice sheen, I can see. So I start that here at the hairline. I really concentrate the hairspray at the hairline where I tend to have a lot of baby hairs and flyaways. And then I smooth it back and over my ear, because my goal is for this to look very laid down against the head. So I'm really concentrating right here. I have a little baby hair. Lay it flat, because when we are doing like tech rehearsal or even like performing and we're warming up, we might get sweaty and our hair might start to come out. So I don't want to risk that, and so I really go in with more hairspray than the average person probably should go. So I'm spraying I concentrate, like I said, on the edges, and now I go in with the full head, just doing shots of hairspray. Bop, 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 bop. I let it sit for like 5 seconds, and then I go in and just lightly smooth it out with my hand. And it'll feel like a helmet, hairspray helmet. But on lights on the stage, you're gonna have a really nice sheen. It's gonna look very professional, which is what we're kind of going for too. Okay, so now that I've done my hair helmet, I'm going to take the rest of my ponytail. I'm going to twist and wrap it around where I have the base. So hopefully you'll be able to see. So I'm twisting my ponytail, and now I'm going to wrap it tight around the base. And now I take the elastic and wrap it around. So at this point I've used 2 elastics. I'm gonna go in with a third one just in case. You always want to be extra prepared for a show. You don't want to chance anything coming apart. So now I have 3 elastics total. 1 for the ponytail, 2 for the bun. So I have my bun. I'm just going to check myself. So if you see on my bun, I have this little hair sticking out. That's why we use a net, because the net is going to keep all the extra hairs in place and it will look more professional. So I'm going to now take my hair net and wrap it. I open it, I wrap one side around the bun, and then the rest I'm going to twist like I did my ponytail, and then the excess I'm going to wrap around the bun, holding on to the very end. And with the end, I take a pin and I'm going to pin the end in towards the base of my ponytail, which I go from the bottom up. There's one. And now I'm just gonna kind of take some more pins and go around the bun. Hopefully getting that net to pin the net into the bun in different areas so that the net does not come loose. Again, for the shows, you always want to be extra prepared and cautious. You err on the side of caution and you pin more than you think you should have. Because sometimes I've had this happen to me where you think you have it tight enough and during the performance it comes loose, and while you're performing all you can think about is, oh my gosh, my hair piece came off, my hair came loose, and then you lose track of what you're doing in the show. And that's happened to me, so I do more than what I think I need. So I finished putting my bun, and now I'm gonna go in with the hairspray again. And sometimes I like to add a little bit more hairspray because by now everything that I've sprayed up here has dried out, and now I'm just gonna add an extra layer coat of protection. And see this hairline? I'm going to spray there as well, and I let it sit. So I'm gonna lay these down real quick, and now I'm gonna start from the hairline and go downwards. So that way I lay down those baby hairs too. And then I also go with the hairspray from the bottom where I tend to have a lot of baby hairs, and I'll spray and push the hairs up so that they lay up. And I do that a few times. But this really helps to make your neck area look very clean also when you hairspray the bottom. Because you can do your hairstyle really, really pretty, but then you have all these baby hairs and free flyaways at the bottom of your neck, and it's kind of like, it just doesn't look all put together. So I recommend doing this part too. All right, let's see how she looks. Oh, nice. Very nice. Nice bun. I can see that I have a nice sheen on the hair, which is gonna look really pretty on the stage when you have all these bright lights shining. So that's the hairstyle. I tried to go really fast so the video is not too long, but hairspray, regular brush to brush out your hair, boar brush. Alternatively, you could use like a comb to help comb your hair, but I really like the boar brush because it's going to give you that extra benefit of not only smoothing out your hair, but also giving it shine. It spreads out your natural hair oils, which is good. And then smoothing cream for your hair prior to putting it into a ponytail, smoothing or a styling cream. And then to take it out, you're just going to take out all the pins. You could save your pins, and then you can take out your hairnet. You can save the hairnet, but the link that I provided, you get a bunch of hairnets, so you can toss it if you get holes in it. I've used mine repeatedly because that's the only one that I have. And then you take out the elastics, and then until your hair is all the way down, you gotta wash your hair gently. For me, I concentrate the shampoo heavily right here on the frame of my face because that's where I put a ton of hairspray, and it's like hard. Also, this is like day 4 hair, so it's been through some hairspray already. But that's it. Sorry it took so long. All right, thank you.